Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying the videos, the painting videos, trying to get dot looking nice. Anyway, remember in that last video, part 2, where I said I wasn't going to buy a brand new compressor? Well, I didn't buy a brand new compressor, but I did wind up buying a used compressor, which I think I got a pretty good deal on. $100 for a 20 gallon, I think it is, Craftsman compressor back there in the back of the van here. So I still have to clear coat the car. Did do some rattle can clear coating on it already, and not really thrilled with the results. So I'm hoping that I will be able to run my high volume LP, HVLP paint gun with this compressor. If not, I do have some other ideas, but thanks for tuning in, and we will, trying to drive at the same time as talk, and I'm not very good at doing two things at the same time. We will come back and we'll take a look at the compressor. Hopefully it works. And at that point then we'll look at the car real quick, and then try to set up some better shots of me clear coating the car. So here's the compressor that I wound up picking up. It's a Craftsman model 919165 250, and at first blush looks like it's an older model. I noticed this before, that looks like the air filter is broken off. It seems to be a common problem. Tank looks in pretty good condition. Pressure valve appears to be free. The only other thing I saw in here, it looks like the petcock on the bottom of the drain is broken off. It's an easy fix. That's where we stand. Give it a start up, see it, make sure it works. So I'm all set up, and guess what? Same problem with this compressor that I have with my little compressor. Although this one blows the fuse box in the garage, the circuit breaker, well, this one I can reset. So I'm back to using the little one. Both of these have the same exact problem, and I should have known before I bought this thing, but I was trying to save money, and this didn't have a air filter on it either, so I assumed that this may have some issues. I'm going to fix this up, because once it does run, it has plenty of air to do painting. But now I'm back to doing the trunk lid. I already did one coat, and it looks a little streaky. I'm waiting for this to flash. I probably got another 5 minutes to go or so. I wound up using the siphon gun because it's supposed to use less air, or need less air than this high volume pump. But I'm going to run this and let's see how it does. Spots I did the other day don't look too bad. You see, it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. So I'm hoping with some buffing. I got a brand new buffer too. Yeah, I know. Spending my whole life on this car, on my retirement. So I got a Win model buffer, cheap model buffer, but it's supposed to be pretty decent. But I've still got some stripes in here, but I don't know if you can see this. This is the side that I did just with the spray can and the 1K primer. This is the 2K primer. It's definitely got a better sheen to it. So I'm going to try to go over that again today. Oh, what else? You keep running, baby. I did this the other day too, with the 2K primer. Got a little bit of a sag here, but boy, this stuff really hardens up nice. I wanted to get this done because of the gasoline tank being right here, but I'm hoping that'll buff out pretty well. What I used for that is the other day, since my air compressor was on the fritz, let's see if I can find it, is this little thing, the Preval sprayer. I used that in one of these bottles, and that worked out okay, but you know, you have the same problem with that. You're going to get striping. So I'm going to go over this again. I was going this way before with the gun, and I'm going to try to go the opposite direction, maybe try to minimize on the striping. So I'm going to try to go this way. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not. I'm going to try it, but it's got a pretty good gloss to it. Just hoping I can get a nice bed of top coat on here, and you know, be able to polish this up and move on from there. All right, enough talking. Let's make some damage. How did it turn out? Let me tell you what I finished. I did get 2 coats, actually 3 coats on that side and 2 coats over the rest of the hood. I got 2 coats on this trunk lid, and I got a coat over top of a lot of 1K on this side here. Did not do this roof line yet, or the top of the roof. But I did do this whole side with 2K until I ran out. How does it look? I don't think it looks that bad. I do see some striping. You probably see it too. But I do have a pretty nice shine on it. And this is without any buffing or sanding. Sorry, it's hard to see out here. But I mean, I do get a gloss on it. Take it back here. And I do get a gloss in here too. So I think with some buffing, this will turn out really sweet. At least sweet enough for me. I do see some gotchas here from before. Hey, you know, it looks better than it did. So I'm going to call this a win. I may show you again after I buff it out and see what you guys think. But all in all, I think I'm pretty happy. I got one more side to do over here. I got to buy another quart of clear coat. I did do a lot of back here already, around the gas tank. And a lot of 1K already on the side. So I may try to buff that out. I don't know yet. I'm going to see what happens. I have off on Friday coming up, and I should be able to get a lot of work done. All right. Hopefully this is a short video. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hope you're learning something, at least learning not to follow my mistakes. But there she is. All right. Signing off. And again, maybe the next video we'll do over some of the buffering and see what you guys think of that. And then I gotta fix this compressor now. Hello friends. Okay, so remember that compressor I bought? I realized that it is missing some things, so I got some repair parts. Going to attempt to change some of the seals in here and replace the muffler. So use a 5/8 or a 5/8 line wrench on this connection and remove these four. This muffler slash air cleaner can only be replaced by removing this this top here. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. I'll take this off. There's the muffler piece. Another great piece of engineering. You can't replace the muffler. It broke off without removing this cover. There's also a seal in here, right here, and you can see that running your compressor without that muffler attached, I would think that this is dust and stuff that has been drawn in through this muffler slash air cleaner without any filament on there. And you know, you can see that you got some discoloration and a lot of these particles. So if you have, like me, on my other compressor, I got the same thing. I broke the muffler off, or the air cleaner. Make sure you fix that right away. I'll clean this all out. And here's the piston. So we'll get this all cleaned up and put a new seal in here, which I have here. There's the new seal. I got a couple other seals, which I believe go on the piston side. There's the new muffler, retaining ring, filter, and new petcock. This is my petcock, which goes on the bottom here, which there's a drain down here. I don't know if you can see it, but that is broken off too. So we'll take care of all that. Okay, so what I found is that there's a lot of discoloration. This is actually the, I guess, the cylinder for this piston. You can see it here. And then I guess this little butterfly sits in the bottom down there, but you can see I scraped some of this off with my fingernail. It's like a greasy, sort of hard type of substance on there. So I have some lacquer thinner. I'm going to see if I can clean that up a little bit. And I still have to remove this gasket, and we'll put a new gasket in there. Let's see how much I can clean this up. I don't want to mess with this too much. Let me just use some very light, I think this is 000 steel wool, and make sure we have that really cleaned out before I put it back together. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, I got most of this cleaned off. I was a little confused of where this gasket, this was a new gasket that I got, similar to this one, and this piston cylinder comes off, and I'm glad that I found that because it was very grody and dirty in here, and I've done my best to clean that out, along with this, I don't know what this is called, maybe a manifold or something like that. I have some lacquer thinner in there right now, just trying to clean out some more of the junk. What else? Yeah, this butterfly. Ooh, there goes a wind, knocking everything around. Manifold and butterfly, I cleaned that all up. That goes here with this set screw and retainer. The wind just blew around, but it's around here somewhere. And then I'll put a new gasket here, as such. This is all cleaned up inside as well. Cleaned it up with lacquer thinner and a very light steel wool, and then cleaned that all off with more lacquer thinner and some paper towels. So I think we'll put this on first, and then we'll put everything together. I'll be back. Okay, I got everything back together, line connected, put on the new muffler and filter element. Supposedly some sort of cover that goes on this. I'll have to look that up, but for now this sucks in, so that's not going to go anywhere. Here we go. Hold your ears. Hi guys, and how's it going? Anyway, I didn't bring you guys along on the journey. I did use the new compressor, or the new used compressor, and still had some issues with it tripping the breaker, but it actually performed pretty well. Mainly because it has such a big tank, it was able to hold a lot of air, and I could start the compressor and fill it and have enough air to spray the whole car. So I've started off this morning. I've already started to remove some of the tape, but taping off all the chrome and blocking off the windows, which I kind of already started to take off. Got exciting news about this back bumper. I don't know if you guys can tell, it's sort of jogged one way. The guy who pulled it out of the weeds kind of hooked the bar, or the hook here, and kind of pulled out this license plate part. Probably can be fixed, but I found a new used back bumper that's in better condition than this one. At least it's not bent up or has some rust. I'm going to try to resell this one. Somebody probably could use it. Anyway, let's get back to the car. I wound up today respraying the top. This has some dust on it because I was just mowing the lawn here at my mother-in-law's house, and I did clear coat it both sides. Still see a couple things, but yeah, it doesn't look bad. It's not buffed out yet. Still have to buff out. And I also did this side again. So all in all, I may bring it back at some point and take a look at it after it's buffed. But you know, there is still some streakiness in it. Hopefully the buffing will take that out. If not, I guess I will have to maybe wet sandpaper that down a little bit to get out some of the streakiness. But I'm pretty happy with the shine. I mean, you can see the clouds in the reflection here. Up there. This looks pretty good, nice and shiny. That looks dirty but shiny. So all in all, would I have done this again? No. I definitely would not have tried to paint the car by myself unless I had the proper equipment. I wound up paying probably about the price of a Mako paint job just in supplies, and that's not to say all the hard work and labor that went into it too. So that's the end of this for now. Like I said, I may bring it back and show you how the buffing turned out. But thanks for coming along with the journey, and now I'm just going to enjoy the car. I think it has a pretty nice looking, there's no patchwork paint. The bodywork's pretty much all done, and I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget my original music. There's links in the description where you can hear some of my music. And now I'm just going to go and remove all this tape. And let me tell you, there's a lot of chrome on this car. All these old cars. So there we go. Okay guys, I did come back, and I gotta tell you, I was a little skitched out doing this procedure, but I did notice, and you can probably still see it on this side, because I only did this side of the car as far as the buffing goes. And it's maybe a little hard to see, but there are like streaks where I don't know, it's hard to see, but I guess it's where there's heavier coats of clear coat and lighter coats because of the spray pattern and the overlap. So it was a little bit crazy about doing this because I'd already had a pretty decent shine, but what I wound up doing was taking different wet dry sandpapers. Started out with 400, wherever that's at. Started at 400 and went to 800 and went to 1,000 and went to 1,500, and the last one here on the block is 2,000. And then I did some compound buffing. This is a heavy pad with some Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. So I also have a medium foam and a fine foam, which I haven't done yet, but I think this is like spectacular. There definitely are some spots I think will come up a little nicer once I do the other foam pads, but I mean, look at that shine. That's pretty darn good. And like I said, I was a little suspicious of doing that, but I think it looks really nice, and I really can't see the striping that was there before. So I'm gonna try compounding this out a little bit more with the other pads, and yeah, I think this is looking really nice. Can you tell? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I think you can really tell from here. And just notice this angle. And this is the medium coat. I'm out of microfiber towels, so excuse me for using paper towels. Want to see? I know I should be using like a buffing cloth. Microfiber towel, but I'm not putting a lot of pressure on here. Yeah, it even looks a little better. I think I have some residue still on here. Really hard to see, but that's the side that was done. This is the side it isn't. So definitely see a lot more shine on this one. So it looks like I had the procedure I need to do. Well, I am at my house doing some work. I was able to score a new rear bumper off of one of the forum that I belong to, and so I don't know if I mentioned this before. I probably have. I think I did. That this got bent up a little bit, and the bumper itself is just not in really nice condition. It's in decent condition. It's got a bad spot here. Otherwise, not too shabby. But I'll show you the one that I got later. But basically, there's a bracket here that goes through these two holes, another bracket here that goes through these two holes, and then they get connected to the bumper here, And then there's little side holders here and there. And the backup lights, which incidentally were a safety feature that was added in 1966. And these are held onto these clips here. The nice thing about this is that so far I've had no trouble getting any of these nuts off, so that's been nice. And this is just a little retaining ring, and then this slides out from the bottom. And there's the backup light. Ooh, these things are pretty crusty, aren't they? Look like barnacles. Taking these off because the the new bumper didn't come with these items, which I didn't need. So I will put these on. Alright, so we'll be back. Okay, who wants to see the new old bumper? Turned out pretty well, I think. Definitely shinier and straighter than my other one. So it makes a big difference. All right, there we go.
Walk at that door and I see it needs sweeping. See it needs sweeping.